Tell me, chat, is your body ready? Are you prepared for this stream? I hope you are, because it's going to be great. I have found the most interesting article of the year. I always joked. I always said this as a joke in my circle of content creators. We were joking about this, and we were saying, well, hold on a little bit. What if, like, the actual like the actual left-leaning states that are getting so many migrants in? What if at one point they become so bad that the migrants will be like, oh, I'm not going there. You know, like America used to be this place that was so horrible. There was a punishment in Europe for it. It was called transportation. So transportation was if you committed a crime in Great Britain, well, at the time it was England. If you committed a crime in England, instead of putting you in their prisons, they would send you to the New World. It was called transportation. And it was the punishment that if you ever came back, it was punishment of death, right? So it's like, yeah, you go to the New World, you can stay there, but just don't come back, ever. If we catch you, we kill you. So maybe it's going to come like that, you know, like other countries in the world, places in Africa, places in South America, they're going to be like, if you misbehave, we're going to punish you by transporting you to the United States. Exile to Chicago. No, it wasn't like a prison colony. It was kind of like, it's difficult to explain. It wasn't like Australia. It's more like you're going to the New World, and we don't fucking care what you do there. Because the thing is, like, you could, so it was like indentured servitude in some cases, but in others it wasn't. Like for women, for example, they weren't indentured servitude. No, like literally, they would send you off. It's like you go to this colony, and I don't fucking care what happens there, right? And you would travel to the New World. You go to Jamestown. Well, probably Jamestown was actually built by them. But yeah, like you got a job and you worked, and if you were lucky, you could manage to rent a place or, you know, stay at a farm as a farmhand. Back then, if you were a worker, like the employer might even allow you to sleep. So if you work, like, for example, you're a woman, right? You get transportation. You know, like, go to the New World. You are like a, you know, at a tavern. You're like the maid or something, right? And you can sleep there. Yeah, you had like a new life, but you could never return. The thing is, like, it wasn't nice because it's not the Wild West type of thing, but it was dangerous. Especially if you live somewhere at the edge of the frontier. But the reason it was dangerous, you also had raids. Like, you had Indians, you had various diseases that, you know, or parasites or stuff, like things that you didn't have to deal with in Europe. And sicknesses that there were cures for in Europe, it was more difficult to cure in the US. The Russians did this too? I see. I genuinely do not understand why people keep asking me about Dungeons and Dragons. Like, I am not the one hosting it. Go ask Sargon. It's going to be Sunday. I announced this like 3 times and twice on my Twitter. I do not know what else to do. And the worst thing is that I'm probably going to get this question being popped up throughout the entire night. Yeah, it's Sunday. Again, when you play online, this is why I hate playing with more than 3 people. Like when I start my games, usually I don't stream them. But when I start my games, maximum 3, maybe 4 people. Because when you invite more, there's always that one person that can't attend, right? And it's usually like, Rags can't do it. And it's like, okay, well, let's do it Tuesday. And then it's like, Arch can't do it. It's like, okay, let's do it Wednesday. And then Dev can't do it. And it's like, yeah, but like the more people you have, the more complex it becomes, right? The chances of one person not making it is higher, so. Yeah, it is what it is. I personally fine with it. Like I told them, I can do whatever. But the annoying thing is that people keep asking me. It's like, when is D&D? When is D&D? Like, sometimes I genuinely don't know. Like for instance, I told people it's Thursday because that's how it was settled. And usually by Tuesday, someone goes like, oh, well, I can't make it Thursday. And they're like, okay, well, we're going to have it Friday. And then I announce it. And by Friday, someone else can't make it. So on and so forth. You blame Dev, he's a commie. This time it's not Dev though. No, it's not Dev. So yes, why live sanctuary cities? That's the point of the word sanctuary. That's an interesting point. Why do live the sanctuary city? Well, what's more interesting is like when they leave, do they go back into the country of origin, or do they just go to another state? That's something that we're going to experience today. By the way, did you know that they're remaking SWAT Cats? I was like, holy shit. No, please. Oh god, no. Oh god, no. I thought that this aspect of my childhood is going to be left alone. But unfortunately, nothing. Nothing of my childhood is going to be left alone. Except Captain Planet and Pirates of Dark Water. The reason for Pirates of Dark Water is that it's esoteric shit that fortunately only I know about. So they're not going to fuck with it. And the other one is Captain Planet because I genuinely do not know. Like Captain Planet is the perfect woke cartoon. My god, I watched some of their episodes recently and they are so fucking paused, chat. Like I didn't realize when I was a kid. But they're literally telling Wheeler that he's having too many kids. Like Wheeler is the problem. Out of all the Planeteers, Wheeler and Linka are the problem because they're having too many kids. And that there's an entire episode shaming them for having too many kids. He is American, yes. Hello V, hope your day is going well. It was until I started watching Captain Planet. I can't show you because it's copyrighted. But there's like a lot of stuff. They even have an episode where they're fighting Hitler. And Captain Planet is actually affected. Like he loses his powers as Hitler looks at him. And it's like, oh, so much hatred. Hatred is like any type of pollutant. The main character in Pirates of the Dark Water was brown. Yes! Goes to show I don't give a fuck about diversity. If it's a good show, it's a good show. Why would I care? Oh my god, V, but you're not represented. How can you identify with the main character if he doesn't have like the correct heritage and the pedigree? He doesn't look like you, V. I don't care. It's a good show. Unironically, Pirates of the Dark Water is one of the best cartoons that I grew up with. It's harder to name any other. Like, I'm trying really hard. But definitely SWAT Cats is a close second. So, the thing with the SWAT Cats, everyone is asking, is it going to be woke? Let me show you. Hold on. Chotomate. SWAT Cats, remake. The thing is, like, the poster for it looks really fucking dope. I mean, look at this shit. Looks really fucking dope. The motorcycle that they gave T-Bone looks really cool. You got Razor, yeah, T-Bone, and they have an upgrade to their fighter jet. It looks more cyberpunky. So like just by seeing the fact that it has good graphics gives me hope. I'm like, chances of being woke dramatically lowered. Woke people can't draw good. Like, I'm sorry, it's true. It's true. They can't do this shit. They're more concerned about wokeness. Like, look, making a woke story is actually more difficult than making a normal story, which goes to show where their priorities are at and where their resources are at. The logo looks pretty fucking dope. The only question is, like, how would it look like if it was woke? And the answer has to be, they would create a new character, like maybe the SWAT Cats are kidnapped, and this is for the whole season, okay? Or dead, or whatever. Then take them out of the picture. And instead, you add this chiquita. She's probably Latin. It's like Disney the Pandaverse. Put a chick in it and make her gay. So she's Latin. And she's great at everything. She can fly the fighter jet on pilot seat, or co-pilot, or both. Usually it takes 2 people to fly that thing. She can fly it herself. And when people complain, they'll be like, well, actually, there was that one episode. The satanic thing, and T-Bone flew the jet by himself. She can ride a motorcycle. She can fire the weapons. She can do magic hacking. She can speak 25 languages, and if she can't speak the 26, she will learn it in one day. She is actually the most charismatic person. Everyone loves her. Even the villains feel bad when they're fighting her. And she fights in the name of social justice. Like that's how you make it woke. Oh, and you race swap something for the sake of it. Even though they're cats, even though they're ambiguous when it comes to their race and they look more like tigers, it doesn't care. Like that love interest that they have, you know, the secretary of the mayor, yeah, you make her black. Because woke people would definitely do that. They can't help themselves. They need to do that. If you're not doing that, are you really woke? It did have a banger intro. I think like the intro was like the best thing about that cartoon. Like it really captivates you, you know? Just one intro, it makes you just blah. If you remember, there was Felina, the daughter of the general. Yeah, like Felina is going to be black if it was woke. Black cat is fine. No, but like of course it's fine, but it's like for the purpose of just making her black, just to show, just put a stamp on there. It's like, yes, this is a progressive show now. No faith in this. Callie Briggs will get very soon. Another thing, if Callie Briggs is hot, I don't care if she gets very soon. Hold on, let me. As long as she's hot, she can be Mary Sud. Let me see if I find a picture of her. I remember when I was a kid, she was one of my favorite waifus. Imagine living a life without anime. And despite the fact that I didn't have anime, I managed to get Western stuff. It was actually an episode where the waifu was evil. That was really good. Okay, I think I found it. Hold on. Right. So, if the show is woke, she's not going to look like this. She's going to be uglified. Guarantee, 100%. She's going to have short hair. Probably the Californian mental illness haircut. She's going to dress... She's going to not even have boobs anymore. Not use makeup. And if you complain, you'll get the answer, well, it's a cat. Why do you want her to be sad? It's just a cat. It's just a cat. They will do that. If it's woke. Thundercats had awesome intro. Oh yeah, let me show you what they did to Thundercats. In case you forgot. So Thundercats go. Right. Let's wait for the commercials to go away. And then I can show you guys. Here we go, right? So Thundercats had a great intro, right? Let me show you the remake. In case you forgot. In case you forgot that this thing exists, étalo.
Now, what do you say we watch a little video clip? Actually, I don't have any idea what this thing is. Let's see if it works like this. Yep, guess it does.
Yeah.
Why do you care? Why? It's for children. It is for children. Why do you care? I don't know. Maybe like I would like to watch it. Did you consider that? It's like it's for children. No, it is for absolutely everybody. Who cares if it's for kids? Like you're making a show from my childhood in order to appeal to my fucking nostalgia. If you're making it for kids, then make something new. And secondly, why are you saying that kids don't deserve better? Like, is this how the industry for kids runs? Like, if you have no talent and you're a hack, you can make a kids movie? Suck money from the parents? Where the talentless people go? I don't think that children deserve good entertainment. I'm sorry. No, I grew up as a kid, and I grew up with Johnny Quest and Transformers. Like, can you please make it to at least that level? Fuck is wrong with you? Yeah, like, children deserve quality as well. Why would you subject a child to this? The only thing that this is for the parents to educate children. When Billy misbehaves, you lock him in the room with the Thundercats. Now, Billy, you gotta watch 2 hours of the Thundercats, because more than 2 hours, it's cruel. More adults have more money than kids. No, like, the thing is like this, right? Obviously, there's an industry of stuff for kids, like toys and cartoons and shit. Even though, obviously, kids don't have money, right? But kids do have the power of nagging. So they go to their mommy and they go like, Mommy, buy me the Thundercats action figure. Mommy, when are you going to buy me the Thundercats action figure? Mommy, don't you love me? Right? So eventually, the adult goes like, fine, I'll buy you the thing. And it's the same with the ads, right? Like you're watching TV and you're a kid and you see a cartoon. And during the cartoon, you get like Kellogg's ads or something like that. And you're like, oh shit, I want Kellogg's Frosties too, Mommy. That's how it works. Billy got attacked by a succubus? No. You don't remember Johnny Quest? I don't even know if I can play it. Oh shit, should I risk playing it? But then I'll have to delete the stream. The joke with Johnny Quest was that every episode someone had to die. I just want, you know what, fuck it, I'll show you the thing. I'll show you the thing and I'll probably have to delete that part. This was so fucking good. And the music. I just want to show you what I grew up with, okay? When they say it was made for kids, this is what I understand. Hold on, no. This is just the music. I'm not going to show you just the music. I need to show you the... Is this in 4K? I need 4K. Oh, here we go. 4K. Remastered. Brilliant. 4K. 60 FPS, chat. Oh my god, we got diversity! But how? How? There was no HR lady! How did they do it? Oh my god, can we get their magic? Can we ask how they had representation before the social justice movement? Because we can save millions of dollars from companies now, chat. You know, like, all these corporations, they hire the plump HR lady. The plump HR lady requires a lot of nourishment. She requires a lot of food, so she asks for a large salary. And because, you know, she's got health issues, she can't work more than 8 hours a day. She can't crunch. She can't do anything, but like, she's struggling to get diversity into the company. But there was a way before the HR lady to actually have diversity in the company. How did they do it? Can we figure it out? Oh my god, if anyone can do that, dude, that is like $1 million business. Like figuring out the lost knowledge of having diverse characters without the lady in the company. Holy shit. Oh my god, strong, independent woman. No, how? No, like I don't believe it. No, this must be modern. This must be made recently. This is made after diversity, inclusivity, and equity initiatives. I mean, all of these things cost hundreds of millions of dollars. You cannot tell me that the thing that they're supposed to be doing could be done without those smart, intelligent people working at all these corporations. You can't tell me that BlackRock is useless. Like, all of their ESG investment, you know, all those taxpayer money that they're using cannot be useless. Like, it can't just be for corruption purposes. It can't just be to pay people to sit in positions that do jack shit. And just make the companies more hostile, make the environment more hostile, make it difficult to tell jokes, to say metaphors, to post stuff on Twitter, to not hire you unless you have the Californian mental illness haircut with blue hair. Right? You can't tell me that. I refuse to believe it. I refuse to believe it. How do they have a smart woman? Look, like Johnny is the one being rescued here. And she's a female character, a strong female lead. No, I refuse to believe this. Oh, and by the way, she has boobs. She has boobs in a cartoon made for kids. This is borderline pedophilic, isn't it? Like, why is she drawn like this? Why did they give her boobs? Why is she hypersexualized? Like, she's not just sexualized, she is hyper. I mean, we're going way beyond what sexualizing is. Hypersexualized. Oh my God, no. Like, I now I understand why the diversity lady exists. It's to protect us from this sinful image. This is just despicable, disgusting, vile, like the anime. Violence and guns. Well, actually, you know what? It's kind of like Batman, I guess. Like, if the fighter jet is firing bullets, it's fine. As long as it's not a pistol. Look at this hypersexualization of a minor, chat. Of a minor, like she's under the age of 18, and these evil, disgusting creators are hypersexualizing a minor. I need to go on Twitter to say how outraged I am. Horrible. Why would anyone watch this? Why would anyone do this? FBI, hashtag at FBI. Like, unironically, there are people on Twitter that do exactly this when they see an anime girl in My Hero Academia or in Demon Slayer. They freak the fuck out. They're acting like if it's the end of the world. Yeah, so, I just want to show people what I grew up with, because I know that some of my audience may be a little bit more young, you know, that like you may actually grew up without Johnny Quest, in which case I feel sorry for you. You missed your childhood. Just a bit of info. This was season 2 when the cast was older and they had this Will VR thing. No, it wasn't season 2. It was a completely different thing. So they made the first Johnny Quest, which was actually very old, and that one was meh. But then yeah, like later on, Cartoon Network picked it up again, and they made like a spin-off kind of. It's hard to say what it is, cause like they're not denying the original, but it's kind of like Batman Beyond, I guess, in a way. But yeah, you're right. It's definitely not season 2, though, because this is happening years later after the first one. Yes, that is the Johnny Quest. You were born too late for the cartoon. Yes, you were. She's a redhead. Yeah, like if they were... No, unironically, if they were to remake Johnny Quest now, Jessica would be made black. It's not even up for discussion. Like, you don't even... Like, it is so obvious that they probably wouldn't even have to ask the HR lady. Like, they would know what she would say. Mention Dark Waters, but if they fuck with the Centurions or Herculoids, we know they hate us. Also, Johnny Quest started in the 60s and 80s. This is the third generation. Yeah, it is the third generation. Alright, you know what? Let's watch another. I'll probably delete the stream, chat, because some of these things are copyrighted, so I can't show them. But I think like if I put commentary, it's fine. Look at this. Can you believe that this was... What was it made? In the 80s or the 90s? The 80s. Alright, look at the graphics that they used in the 80s.
In the near future, Doc Terror and his cyborg companion hacker unleash their forces to conquer Earth.
Okay, this one doesn't have diversity. It's true. In the 80s, they didn't have diversity. They have a monkey, but it doesn't count, chat. You'll see the monkey in a bit.
Only one force can stop this evil. A handful of brave men. In specially created exoframes, they can be transported anywhere. To fuse with incredible assault weapon systems.
See? I remembered. I fucking remembered it, chat. I love the fact that, again, oh my god, it's made for kids. Hypersexualized. FBI, go on Twitter. Everyone, go on Twitter right now. Panic. Moral panic. Maximum. Oh, go and ask Discord to ban any fan art from the Centurions. Only a pedophile would watch it. Yeah, almost every single show for kids in America in the 80s had the hypersexualization. Even though, like, you know, like you could see that they were doing their best in order to cast attractive female characters. But it's a show made for kids.
Being down from the space station Skybolt, becoming man and machine, power extreme.
I think American Outlier is cooming right now. Wait, how can American Outlier likes this? Like I was told by journalists on Twitter, I was told by people in the industry that representation is important. I was told that American Outlier does not like this unless you add representation. He can't identify with any of these characters. He just can't. You know, like he's like, oh, I would like to have all of this cool exosuit and shit, but unfortunately, goddammit, this is not. I don't see myself in them. Huh? Isn't this what Rob in D'Angelo is telling us, and Anita Sarkeesian and all the other intelligent people? Isn't this what the masses are being told?
Max Ray, brilliant Sea Operations Commander.
Again, I would like to point out, this is made in the 80s. I just want you to notice the graphics and the attention to detail. Like he's, in one frame, he's just like having his hand raised as this shit goes up. Compare this to Call Arts, chat. Compare this to Steven Universe and other shit that's made now.
Jake Rockwell, rugged land operations specialist.
I would
Ace McCloud.
I would also like to point out that this was marketing for kids, right? Like, this was for kids. Look how much love and effort they put into it. Like, I would be able to watch it even now. A cool thing, though, back then they couldn't show people dying on kids' cartoons, so they had robots. Like, this is why everything could explode and stuff, because there were no people on board. It was just robots.
Oh, daring air operations expert. Whatever the challenge, they are ready. The Centurions.
I swear to God, the Centurions was so manly. Nah. The Centurions was no. See, this is harmful, dangerous, Russian collusion, mal-mis disinformation. No. The Centurions weren't manly. I will show you who was manly, okay? Are you ready? Are you ready to see actual manliness? Like something that no people in Hollywood would be able to recreate today? Like, they're literally incapable. Look at this shit. This is manly. Alright? Like, check it out. Look at this. Look at this shit. Look at it. I love it. Like he doesn't even give a fuck. Like, oh, the spider. With one hand he kills the spider. With the other one he rescues the girl. Again, hyper-sexualized. In a show for children. Oh, the humanity. Oh, no. Oh, they have diversity. But I was told that this didn't happen. I was told the Dark Age, like in the 80s, all the cartoons had only blonde people with blue eyes. How is this a thing?
Conan, the mightiest warrior ever. His quest to undo the spell of living stone cast upon his family by driving the evil serpent men back into another dimension and vanquishing their leader, the cruel wizard Rathamon.
So what I love about the 80s, you didn't have like the ability to download episodes, right? Like some people had VHS or VHS. Some people could, okay, but they were rich as fuck. Most people had to watch these things on TV, so it was like every Saturday night at 7 p.m. you got a new episode, and if you missed that, you couldn't see it. Like, that's it. It was gone. Like, can you imagine you're watching Breaking Bad and like if you miss one episode, you just couldn't see it again. There was no way for you to see it. And because of that, like the people making these shows knew. So what they had to do was to tell the story in the intro. So like in the intro, it's like, oh yeah, well, Conan, do I do the spell of living stone cast upon his family, blah blah. And then they would say this every episode because like if you just started watching, right, and you're at episode 25, you don't know what happened, right? So imagine like watching Breaking Bad from season 3. It doesn't really make sense, right? So all the episodes were standalone. Usually, and this is true with Xena and Hercules and all the other TV shows back in the day. Most of the episodes were standalone, and you had to you would get what's happening from the intro, and you could watch them in any order. Usually, they may have like a cliffhanger at the end of the season or during the middle, but it was very rare. Yeah, I don't think I can imagine something more manly than Conan. Conan versus the reptilians. Yeah, yeah. I think this is more manly than He-Man, unironically. Like this is probably the most manliest show that I can think of. It's like you got the husband, sorry, you got the son that's trying to save his family. It's pretty fucking dope, isn't it? And the thing is, like, I remember... Oh, hello, Rosa. The thing is, I remember watching it, and when you see his family turn to stone, like, I was a kid back then. My God, it was so fucking impactful and emotional. Right? Like, the first time that I saw the first episode, I was mind blown. I was like, wow, this is such a good cartoon. Because you're, like, genuinely wanting him to rescue his family, and you feel bad, you know, like, oh, the wizard is so evil. He-Man was kind of... I haven't watched it though. Like I know it was on Cartoon Network, but it was boring the living shit out of me. But this was like one of the most manly things that I remember from my childhood, and I think it's like even more manly than Hercules or anything else. Yeah, I did cry. There were like a couple of things that you're supposed to cry. Like if you don't cry at these things, you're a heartless bitch. The Walking Dead Telltale game. When you have like the last episode, the finale, where Lee dies, and you have Clementine talk to him, like, you need to piss your eyes at that. If you don't piss your eyes at that, like, I'm sorry, you're not human. Lion King is required to piss your eyes. I didn't cry at the Titanic though. I gotta say, the Titanic was not emotional for me. Like, it just didn't do it. But let me see if there's something else that I piss my eyes at. There must be like some Disney movies where I did piss my eyes. See, if Rosa didn't cry at Lion King, then I'm sorry. It's just like you lack. It's not that you lack stuff. It's like you're an emotionless person. I put it like this. It's like how can you not cry? I would not trust you. I would not trust you with anything. If you don't cry at Lion King, that's my benchmark. That is like literally the standard, you know? Like, that's the foundation. Free Willy? I haven't seen Free Willy. Braveheart? How can you cry at Braveheart? Iron Man was sad. Fifth Element? No. Oh! Crying at Terminator 2. When Arnold goes into the lava and he does the thumbs up, that is eye-pissing moment right there. I think it's because of how I was raised. I didn't cry as a kid. Yeah, but like most boys were raised not to piss their eyes, but like there are some emotional moments where it's not only appropriate, but it's like kind of required to cry. Exactly, like final scene of the Terminator. You have to cry. I think like I would have cried when Gandalf fell into the cliff, right? Like, when Gandalf fell into the mines of Moria, I would have probably cried if I was a kid. But unfortunately, I was an adult then, so. You know when I cried, chat. Okay, I will tell you the moment where I cried. when Kyle Rittenhouse was acquitted. Let's watch that moment again, chat. Let's watch that moment again. Many leftists have cried as well, but for different reasons.
That's the first count of the information, Joseph Rosenbaum. We, the jury, find the defendant, Kyle H. Rittenhouse, not guilty. As to the second count of the information, Richard McGinnis, we, the jury, find the defendant, Kyle H. Rittenhouse, not guilty. As to the third count of the information, unknown male, we, the jury, find the defendant, Kyle H. Rittenhouse, not guilty. As to the fourth count of the information, Anthony Huber, we, the jury, find the defendant, Kyle H. Rittenhouse, not guilty. As to the fifth count of the information, Gage Grosskreutz, we, the jury, find the defendant, Kyle H.
Look, even the lady from the stands, like the level of emotion here is more than any woke Hollywood movie can ever produce. Like, if you get all the woke people in the world and you put them in a room and you say, I'm going to give you $10 million if you make something as emotional as that, they can't. They can't, and it triggers them. This is why they were crying at this scene, chat. They were crying because they knew that they can't create something like this in fiction. They are incapable. Like, it's not within their power. They just cannot.
H. Rittenhouse, not guilty.
Very fucking emotional. And then they wonder, it's like, oh, why are the YouTubers talking about Kile? Why are the YouTubers talking about Amber Heard getting millions of dollars from people? How is it fair? Why is it? Because you can't create for shit. The competition, all they have to do is to play a live trial, and they will get more people than you guys get with Marvel and Wonder, and that Marvel chick, what the fuck is his name? Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel, whatever the fuck. You can't get butts in seats. No one gives a fuck. You can hype it all you want, but you got no... It's not that NPCs have no emotions. No. The diversity lady does not allow emotions. It's like, oh my god, this can offend someone. Oh my god, this could be offensive. Oh my god, this can be... Like, unironically, if you made a Kyle Rittenhouse movie, it would sell, chat. You know it, I know it, they know it. No one would make it because it would get censored. No, seriously, like, think about it. If you actually make... Can you imagine? Just the meltdown that you would get if you make Kyle Rittenhouse the movie. And not to mention the emotions you can get, especially if you put your own spin on it. Because fuck it, it's a fictional movie. You can put whatever spin you want. You know, you make him like... You show a little bit of his young age when he's like growing up. He's poor. From a Latinx family. He's Latinx, isn't he? Right? And, you know, he goes, helps with the community. He's really nice to everyone. And then goes across state lines. And you know, he joins the protest to defend someone's business. And then that happens. And then he's in prison. And it shows the suffering he has in prisons and shit. And you have, like, the evil prosecutor with, like, the Star Wars pin and stuff. It's like... They will never let a movie like that be made. Yes. But assuming that it was made, okay? Assuming that that movie was made, how much do you think the viewership will be? Like how many people would buy tickets for that? Lol, Latinx. Shut the fuck up, man. What do you know? I'm telling you from the academia. It's how they call it. It's how it is. It's Latinx. Well, actually, it's Latin. Because it's not Mexico. It's Mexico, right? So it has to be Latin. It's also funny. Like, they're still struggling with this. It's like, okay, so Latinx isn't okay. Instead of dropping this shit, we're going to call it Latine. It's Latine. Just, God. I wouldn't call it Rittenhouse the movie. I would call it Across State Lines. The border that even they know exists. Do you think, yeah, you know, that's an interesting question. Can they get Will Smith to play Kyle for the Netflix adaptation? I mean, Will Smith is actually great at crying. Like, his crying performance is top notch. Because, like, there's that point where Kyle cried in both when the sentence was, when the verdict was handed. And he also cried when on the stand, right? So I think Will Smith would be excellent at portraying those tears. No, not Smollett. Smollett doesn't cry well. Did Smollett cry? I think Smollett cried as well. Yeah. I would definitely get either Smollett or Will Smith to play the role of Kyle. Can you understand just how many people would be mind-fucked of that? Because, like, gender swapping or race swapping is a left-leaning thing, and the left doesn't like Kyle. So if you were to make Kyle Rittenhouse the movie and you race swap him, like, it will mind-fuck people. They wouldn't know what to say. Morgan Freeman as Kyle Rittenhouse. Morgan doesn't cry, man. I can't imagine Morgan Freeman crying. I'm sorry. Yeah, Will Smith is the best at crying. Like, he slapped a man and he was the one that was crying. I never said that in my entire life, okay? I grew up in an impoverished neighborhood. There was a lot of altercation, chat. A lot of crimes. I never seen someone sucker punch a guy. Okay, let's see it. Hold on. Let's see Will Smith the slap. Will Smith the slap.
You know who's got the hardest job tonight? Javier Bardem and his wife are both nominated. Now, if
Right, so he's already in a good mood. Alright, here we go.
oh,
So he sucker punches, right? Like, he sucker punches. The fact that this man is still standing is a testament to how weak the slap was. I mean, Will Smith is actually taller than Chris Rock, right? But regardless of that,
wow.
Chris Rock is standing, he's laughing.
Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
And he is crying now.
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
It was a G.I. Jane jump.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
I'm good.
He protects, chat. He protects, he defends, and then he attacks.
Going to, okay? Okay.
Well, what an awkward situation.
That was a greatest night in the history of television.
You know, not gonna lie. Like, this is the thing. These Oscars, like, I don't watch the Oscars anymore, chat. I don't fucking do it. They're boring as shit. Well, why would I watch the Oscars? To see multi-millionaires go up and lecture my lifestyle. Oh my god, Vin uses air conditioning. How dare he? How dare he? Why doesn't he have a yacht like the rest of us? Does he not know what he does to Mother Gaia? Get a private jet like normal people. Stop flying commercial. And then they take their little trophy and they fuck off. No one watches that. This was entertaining though, not gonna lie. Like, the people tuned in for this. Look, 1.6 million updates.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, it doesn't show Will cry. But he was crying after this. He was pissing his eyes. Like more than this. He had tears in his eyes. And I'm like, how can this happen though? Like how can it be that you are the man who is doing the DPS? And you are the one taking emotional damage. Do you think like this is what Chris Rock did? Like he casted some D&D spell? It's like all attackers get psychic damage. 116 million views. That's like, what? Almost half the population of the United States. And the coolest thing is that you had like all of these media journalists acting all concerned. And they're like, oh, look at my face. Do you not see the concern? Oh, toxic masculinity. Oh, we cannot allow for this to happen again. It's like, motherfucker, if you wanted to make money, all right? Like, this is what I would do. But the hell do I know? Like, I'm not rich. But if I wanted to make money, I would have organized this shit. I would have made it so that in the next Oscar, it's scripted. Okay? Like the public doesn't know it's not real. You just script it, and someone else gets smacked. I would do this like every single time, and the ratings would go like deshi, basara. It would actually be tolerable to listen to these whiny wimps go around and talk, oh, the environment is so dangerous, blah, 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 blah. Watch my movie. Right? It is what it is, chat. His fingers hurt. Yeah, probably. Hello, Roman. Welcome to the show. Man, like, can you imagine, like, if you actually organize actors fighting, like you pay money to have actors doing MMA or something, you know? Jesus. Like the amount of money people would pay, then it would make sense why actors are so obnoxious. You know, Rachel Ziegler going around and saying, "Oh my God, you know, Snow White, we do not have the traditional trope of the prince. Oh, that is so outdated, Or Peter Dinklage. Holy shit, Peter Dinklage. It's like, oh, they just wanted to see pretty white people. Why would they do that? They're racist. That's why they don't like the ending of Game of Thrones. The ending was perfect. It was the best ending. At the end of the day, why do you care? It's a show about dragons and stuff. Give him more money. Imagine like how much people would pay to see these hot takes. If they knew that, okay, well, at the end of the season, there is an MMA match, right? Professional, like I'm not saying anything like that, no street fighting, or no, like organized boxing, you know, like any type of contact sport that you want. In a supervised ring, of course, with a referee and cage fights, yes. Brie Larson versus Rachel Ziegler. Oh my fucking God. I would pay how much would you pay, chat? Unironically. Like, how much would you be willing to pay just to see it? Would you pay $200? I would pay $200, chat. I would save money every single month of the year. I would put like $20 away, just knowing that at the end of the year, I get to see the cage match between Rachel Ziegler and Brie Larson. What an original IP from Disney to celebrate 100 years. Was a critical audience and critics and commercial failure. Disney has become the toxic brand. Really? Are we talking about that show Wish? Huh? Was it Wish? In a mud wrestling match? No, I wouldn't want mud wrestling. No, I just want to see who's stronger, Rachel Ziegler or Brie Larson. I wanted to actually take it seriously, right? Like get a coach, a boxing trainer, teach them how to box, and I want them to actually do it seriously, properly, like it's a real event. Like I would pay $200. I'm not kidding. Minimum. Like if someone came to me and they would be like, V, $400. $400 or it's not happening. If you pay $400, it happens. If you pay less, it does. I would be like, fuck, man. It's a lot of money. How much do I want this? Shit, well, you know, I guess like every month I will have to put $40 aside. Every single month, $40 just for the event. Most expensive event, but it's so fucking worth it, isn't it? It is like a fantasy. Of course it's a fantasy. Like, I'm talking about a what-if scenario. Never going to do that. But they would make a lot of money if they did. Like, no, I'm sorry. Why would I want t-shirts and mud to see mid-women fight? Like, no. If we were talking about, like, some hot waifus, sure. But like, come on. Brie Larson? Rachel Ziegler? Is that what it is? Is that how much your standards have been lowered? Chat, fuck is wrong with you? What do you mean, please don't delete the stream? The stream has to go down. You do realize that I showed the copyright content. Steven Seagal? Who would you put Steven Seagal and Kevin Sorbo? For charity. Oh my fucking God. No, not for charity. You know what? Brie Larson can take all the money. I don't fucking care. I just want to see her fight. I just want to see her in a cage match with Rachel Ziegler. Demoralization has been an effect for... Yeah. She can even fight? I think she can. Like anyone can fight, chat. Even I can fight. You get a trainer. You get a trainer, you go on a diet, you go to the gym every fucking day, and by the end of the year, you're not going to be like the top MMA star, but you are going to be good enough in order to fight someone, yeah. Look, if Andy Worski could do it, so can I. Wings of Redemption did it, chat. Wings of fucking Redemption. He went out against Boogie, came out victorious. If he did it, anyone can do it. Fight isn't sport. Have you looked at the history of boxing? Did you see how it started? Fighting isn't the same as sport. Again, look at the history. Like the history of boxing started in taverns. But what are you talking about? They didn't even have gloves. They didn't even have rounds. It was until one person couldn't get up. No, seriously, like if you look at boxing in the past, my god, it's bloody and gruesome. The Brazilians turned street knife fighting into a sport. Look up at Capoeira. Jesus. Did you see the Boogie movie? No, but I understand that he was upset about it. Like he started, I believe, maybe wrong, but I believe he was saying that he gave money for hookers. And then he was upset that people accused him of giving money for hookers or something in that regard. Like I haven't followed the exact controversy. But it was a lulzy moment like that. Boxing has rules. Yeah, fair. That is a fair conclusion. But still, they are punching each other. That is fighting. But like if my mother was catching me boxing with rules, she would still consider it fighting. Are any of the succubi in my game Futa? It has been requested. We'll see. Fighting has no... Yeah, no, like, look. I understand the distinction, but you still have to make it in a legal context, okay? You can't just have people fighting. That's illegal. You need rules. So you get like the best thing you can advocate. Just like legal fighting. Yes, like sports. Sure. UFC 1 had no rules and no short rounds. I didn't know that. But yeah, basically like most sports, if you look at them in the beginning, they were very brutal. Especially American football. I mean, right? Rugby is American football, I think, without the protection. So anyway, right, as time goes on, people start being #concerned, and they start adding safety, and they make the sports boring. But initially, most sports, yeah, they didn't have any sort of protection. Rugby. Oh, I see. Okay. Well, I'm going to release a video on my main channel talking about this gem. If you did not know, now you do. Museum reclassifies Roman emperor as trans woman. Because of course they do. The fuck did the emperors know? You know, like a very patriarchal culture, which had like only a male line of descendants. I mean, this was even a problem. Most emperors would freak out if they had only daughters, because they would be like, holy shit, who do I leave the empire to? Because it wasn't allowed, like the people wouldn't accept it. But I guess, you know, there was a trans emperor. Why not? Why not? Yeah, sure. They Netflixed the emperor. Jesus cannot save you. Jesus is not more powerful than the museum. The museum has decreed that the emperor is now trash. You know, like, Jesus made him a man. The museum did what Jesus couldn't. Source? Oh, no. They have a source. I'll talk about it in my video. Apparently, there is like a third person, like on hearsay, right? So, like, on hearsay, there is a guy that allegedly heard the emperor say, "Do not call me Lord because I am a lady." So first of all, like, all of these second-handed accounts, especially the historical ones, they're not only very biased, but also heavily political. And to call someone a woman, I mean, in a culture where you don't have political correctness, usually means that you're trying to say they're effeminate. It usually means that they're weak, not good in combat, take it up the ass, you know, like that type of thing. The last thing that I would assume is that, oh yes, well actually he had she, her pronouns. Like, fuck off. Shit, we didn't talk. Oh my god, we didn't talk about the actual thing that I was going to talk. So let's talk about the migrants. Migrantes. All right, look at this.
These sanctuary cities now unable to keep up. In Chicago, for example, a group of people who came out of Venezuela, all the way from Venezuela, with hopes of a better life. They've been living on the streets. They say, we're going back home. One of them declaring the American dream doesn't exist. Chicago alderman.
Can you imagine? Like, you're coming from a place of poverty and oppression. You're going to America, and you're like, well, actually, it's better back home. Like, can I have the poverty and oppression back home? This is actual shit. Like, this is actual hell. Chicago, ugh. At least back home, they arrest thieves.
Lopez with me now. Sir, how you doing? Good morning. I saw this story. I said, well, this is wacky. How many people are we talking about?
Chicago has seen 20,000 migrants appear on our streets since August of last year.
It's actually a very low number. How many do appear in Texas?
We've got nearly 3,000 living in police stations, 800 living at O'Hare Airport.
Wait, 3,000 in police stations? Like, they've been arrested?
And thousands more just floating around in between shelter to shelter. And I'm sorry that they don't like our weather. I'm sorry that they feel that we're not doing enough to give them jobs, housing, vehicles, cars, food, shelter, clothing, and everything else that they were promised by social media. But the system works if you do it the right way.
Yeah, you gotta go to Germany. You gotta go to Germany if you're on all that shit. Sweden probably doesn't give it anymore. Neither does the Netherlands. Germany does, though. Germany welcomes migrantes.
And declaring asylum because you need a job isn't the right way, and they're learning that reality the hard way now.
Well, the truth is, our law does not offer asylum if the question is economic. You know, the question, are you...
I love the face he makes. It's like he's shocked about this. He never heard about this. It's like, dude, this has been discussed on social media for the last 10 years. It's like, welcome to the conversation.
Are under hardship? Are you being persecuted? Are you being religiously persecuted? I don't know how many coming across the border can check all those boxes. Anyway,
but they don't check the boxes. Like, if you do not go through the border checkpoint, you don't check any box.
Number of migrants bus to Chicago out of Texas alone, per Governor Greg Abbott as of November.
Okay, look at this pathetic number. Why is it so low? Can the governor boost up the number a little bit? Like what is it required? More buses? You know, like, you need to cross those state lines. Come on, Sanctuary City, they want them. It should be at least 5 times the amount.
Number 11, so a couple days ago, more than 18,400. Here's the money Illinois
Migrantes.
humanitarian aid for migrants. You're over 330 million, which, by the way, is cheap compared to New York. I'm going to read you a quote from one of the Venezuelans saying...
By the way, no, hold on. Let's look at it from a simple mathematical perspective. So you got 80,000 people. Hold on, let me do the math. I just want to show you something very interesting. So, if 80,000 people, well, get $300 million, how much money per person? ChatGPT is analyzing. I'm bad at math. I need my ChatGPT, which is analyzing. First, it needs to see who its CEO is, because apparently they're changing CEOs at that company like once a week. So, needs to see if the new one allows it. Okay, so listen to this: $16,000 per person. Okay, like if you have 18,000 migrants and you are giving $300 million, that means $16,500 per person. Now, my question is, how much of those money do you think actually reach the pockets of the migrants versus how much the government sucks? How much do they suck from that taxpayer money? How much do the social services workers require? How much does the plump HR and diversity lady take from that? Because I guarantee to you, the average migrant doesn't get $16,000. The thing is, like, unironically, if I were to get $16,000, I would turn my life around. Like I can invest. You can open a business. You can do things with that cash. Like if you're actually throwing money, like first of all, no one should get that much. Okay? Like the taxpayer money shouldn't be robbed like this. That there is actually a person out there, a hardworking person that works a job 12 hours a day, and the government literally steals that money from him and gives it to this initiative. Instead of the money going to that person's family, to that hardworking man's family, and taking care of his children and his wife, the government literally rips that money away from him and gives it to someone else. So yeah, it's like, how much do they suck up? How much do they suck up? Again, if you give a person $16,000, unless that person is like, I don't know, a junkie, a criminal, a mentally deficient person, they can literally use that money to turn their life around, like start a business or something. And if they start a business, they reinvest the money in the community. Like, even if the business goes bankrupt, they still reinvest the money. It still goes back into the community. I could buy a second-hand monitor, chat, with $16,000. If I got $16,000, I'd pay off my credit card debt. I'd immediately still be poor. Yeah, but that's why you shouldn't get the $16,000. I wouldn't give money to people who have, like, big debt. I'm sorry. I know I'm not fair. I know I'm harsh and evil. But if you have, like, $16,000 in debt, then no, maybe you shouldn't get money. It would cost less to give everyone $2,000 a month. No, but, like, my point isn't that, right? Like, I don't think people should be given money for free. But the fact that you get $300 million in aid, and it doesn't actually go to the actual person that you're supposed to give the aid, it shows why it's a scam. Like, unironically, if I were to do that, okay? If I were to say, give me $300 million, and then I'll give it to migrants, and I don't give it to migrants, I would go to prison, because I'm doing a scam. Yeah, if I get $16,000, I'll just hire a financial advisor and let her decide what to do with it. $16,000 for American is not good enough to start a business. Yes, because you're American. You can literally travel with $16,000. You get a plane ticket, you fly somewhere else, and you start a business there. You fly to Europe. You go to Eastern Europe. You go to Mexico. There are so many places and opportunities. You have $16,000. And if you don't know what to do with them, then yeah, okay, you don't deserve to have $16,000. Like, I'm sorry, it's just... I'm not saying they should get more money. I'm just saying 16,000 is not a lot. My woman in Christ, it's free money. Like, you're literally doing nothing and you're getting cash. Like, if you have $16,000, you should be able to at least manage to get yourself to the position where you can get a job. You buy a nice suit, you buy a nice you rent a nice place and then you apply for jobs. Like no, sorry, no. There is no like, oh well, I don't know, or it's not. No, you just shouldn't get it in that. Like, if I was to roleplay right now, a random person, a homeless person, okay, with no drug addiction, with no nothing, and someone gives me $60,000, I guarantee to you, I will turn my life around. I will not be on the streets the next year. It is a starting place, yeah, but they're not getting it. Again, they shouldn't get it. I'm not advocating that they should, but I just want to show you what they do with the money. Anyway, right, I'll end it here. Need to upload videos on my main channel and stuff. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.